Meghan Markle made her first official engagement with Prince Harry look easy today as she won an army of new fans, including one who said within earshot, "She's beautiful." Only a prince can have a lady like that. The royal couple shared countless handshakes, high fives, hugs and took presents including bags of Haribo sweets, Harry's favorites, from crowds 5 deep chanting their names in Nottingham today. Meghan, 36, looked happy and relaxed throughout, chatting about their wedding at Windsor Castle next year and quitting the hit show Suits while thanking people for braving the cold to see us and making us feel so welcome. "I'm so happy," she said at one point, adding, "It's just such a thrill to be here." "I can't believe it." During the walkabout this morning she introduced herself to people with a cheery, "Hi, I'm Meghan." Star-struck young footballer Ale Araphate, 21, asked loudly, "Is that Prince Harry's wife?" as the couple approached at Nottingham Arts Centre and said, "She is beautiful." Only a prince can have a lady like that. The star, wearing a £585 coat and carrying a £455 handbag, kept resting her hand on Harry's back in a repeated loving and reassuring gesture and for long periods clutched his arm and held his hand. Prince Harry looked fit to burst with pride as he watched as his new fiancée worked the crowds. Mr Araphate, 21, the captain of a football team for Champions for Change, a project which uses football to reach African communities in the Midlands to talk about HIV/AIDS, said the 36-year-old American actress was beautiful. If Mr Araphate was more outspoken than most of the guests at the charity event, he did no more than reflect the mood at the Nottingham Arts Centre where the couple met a group of charities involved in HIV/AIDS, that Ms Markle passed her royal initiation test with flying colours. Sandra Spence, centre manager for the Terrence Higgins Trust, said, "They were very relaxed. They fed off each other, which is unusual in a couple but nice to see. It was refreshing to see two people who actually gelled, as opposed to two people who needed to be together." Her colleague Liz Waters, a health promotion specialist for MSM, men who have sex with men, said, "They have a lovely glow about them." Chris O'Hanlon, who is a peer mentor for Positively UK, a charity which helps people newly diagnosed with HIV, talked to them about his own diagnosis and the importance of fitness in dealing with HIV. "I spoke to Meghan about my passion for yoga," said Mr O'Hanlon, 40, a clinical hypnotherapist from Luton. "I said, 'You are a big yogi and love your yoga.' She said, 'Absolutely, I love incorporating it into my life, it is something I have always done.'" He said the couple were so natural together. "They are very personable. It is very easy to talk to them because they are so open. They have a very jokey attitude. You worry that you have to be. They seem amazingly comfortable together." "You can see that it's a perfect match. This may have been her first official engagement, but she was a complete natural at it. She was incredibly observant about what we were talking about, and very interested. She picked up on quite a few things that I was saying, particularly in terms of my own diagnosis. She was very empathetic. Not only will she make a good addition to the royal family, she will make an excellent ambassador to any of the causes she puts her heart and her mind to. Ms Markle also exhibited a key trait that will stand her in good stead as a member of the royal family: she clearly loves children. As she met Lorraine Dubé, 29, a volunteer with the African Institute for Social Development, and her son Ezekiel Wong, 2, Ms Markle tried valiantly to coax him out of his shyness, stroking his arm and chatting to him. "She is absolutely lovely," said Ms Dubé. "You can tell that she loves kids." Ezekiel was very shy. She was trying to get him to say something. In the end he said thank you as she walked off, which I thought was really cute. She said he was a cute little boy. As she left, she passed another small child in their mother's arms, reached out and said, "So sweet." As they walked round the room in Nottingham Contemporary, Ms Markle stuck closely to Harry's side, but never appeared nervous or shy. While she regularly looked up at him, she was also not backward in coming forward with questions of her own, picking up on what people said to her. One of the people they met was Siobhan Lanigan, the chief executive of the food chain, a charity which gives nutritional advice to people with HIV. Ms Lanigan twice met Diana, Princess of Wales, when she was chief fundraiser for London Lighthouse, an AIDS hospice. Inspired by the fact that the couple revealed this week how Harry proposed to Ms Markle as they prepared roast chicken at home at Kensington Palace, Ms Lanigan showed them a recipe for Ethiopian chicken tagine from her charity's cookbook, Nourish. It was a point that did not escape Harry's fiancée. She said, "Oh yes, we mentioned the chicken," said Ms Lanigan. She said, "We might try that." They took a copy of the book with them. She said she enjoyed spices in her food. As an American about to join the British royal family, Ms Markle also passed another test for anyone marking their mark in public life this side of the Atlantic. She recognized the importance of football in our national life. Amdani Juma, the project coordinator for Champions for Change, said, "She said football is the #1 sport for bringing the human race together." He added, "She was very natural. They looked absolutely ecstatic. And, more importantly, she made a big impression on his colleague Mr Araphate, a tourism student as well as the team captain and goalkeeper." He said, "Is that Prince Harry's wife?" I said, "Yes, his wife-to-be." He said, "They are amazing. She is very beautiful. Only the prince can have a lady like that." Red carpet veteran Ms Markle also went it alone to chat with people lining both sides of the route, accepting everything from bars of chocolate to cards and bunches of flowers. At one point a young woman dropped a glove and Meghan noticed in the corner of her eye, picked it up and handed it back to her. Anne Maguire, who brought her nearly 3-year-old son Leo with her, said, "She grabbed my hand and said, 'I'm so glad you braved it to stand in the cold,' and said of Meghan, 'She's such a natural.'" Katie Shaw, 22, said the couple were very down-to-earth even though they're royal and said, "It's all about suits." "We really like suits and she told us there are going to be 2 more series apostrophe. The prince looked fit to burst with pride as he watched as his new fiancée worked the crowds like an old pro. He also saw the funny side today when he was asked what it was like to be ginger and engaged to a Hollywood star like Meghan Markle and admitted himself their romance was unbelievable and said, "It's great, isn't it?" With no private secretary yet, she had to hold the flowers and her handbag in the same hand but carried on greeting well-wishers. A little while later one of Harry's aides took the blooms from her. The model and actress, 36, also showed that she is already learning the royal rules when it comes to official visits, politely declining to pose for a selfie, telling one couple, "We are not allowed." Ms Markle spent around 25 minutes meeting the crowds in Nottingham with Prince Harry, charming members of the public as she introduced herself with a cheery "Hi, I'm Meghan." "I'm so happy," she said at one point. "It's just such a thrill to be here." Harry and Meghan arrived a few minutes ahead of schedule and, after greeting dignitaries, immediately plowed off to speak to the waiting crowds. Although they stood for a second, wrapped around each other. Meghan showed no hint of nerves and after joining Harry for a while on one side of the street, confidently peeled off on her own. The prince and the actress immediately undertook a traditional royal walkabout, plunging into the crowds to shake hands. The prince and his fiancée appeared eager to meet the public with Harry at one point asking someone, "Can I shake your hand?" He then smiled when a well-wisher shouted, from 3 or 4 rows back behind a crash barrier, "How does it feel being a ginger with Meghan?" The former army officer replied with a grin, "It's great, isn't it?" When the man said the word "unbelievable," Harry responded, "Unbelievable." The love they have for each other was clear to see in the way they continually touched each other, held hands and glanced into each other's eyes. They also were tactile with the crowd, stopping to touch people on the arm, and Ms Markle even rubbed someone's wrist, as if to warm them up on the cold day, as she shook their hand. The couple spent long periods speaking to people who congratulated them on their engagement, with the prince handing out high fives to youngsters who came to see them. Ms Markle was wrapped up against the cold in a long dark blue coat by Macaj, and boots. She was also without gloves, so her engagement ring was on display, and carried a handbag, something the Duchess of Cambridge rarely does. Prince Harry's fiancée mingled with the crowds in Nottingham city centre, telling people how she hoped they weren't too cold in the chilly December weather. Meghan, 36, showed that she is already learning the royal rules when it comes to official visits, politely declining to pose for a selfie, telling one couple, "We are not allowed." Barbara Miller, 63, from Nottingham, said, "She said thank you very much for braving the cold." I said, "Can we have a selfie?" She said, "We are not allowed to do selfies apostrophe. I said, "Congratulations." She was so pleasant, she was lovely. She said to my husband, "Your hands are really cold." Husband David Miller, 74, added, "I shook her hand. She said it was really cold." Corey Burns, 80 from Clifton, said Meghan pointed out her home state of California is warmer than the UK. Corey said, "I used to live in California, so I asked her where she was from and she said it's warmer over there than here." Irene Hardman, 81, from Ruddington said, "I just said she's wonderful and beautiful and they'll be absolutely wonderful together." She kept saying thank you so much apostrophe. They were just wonderful. She kept saying I can't believe it, I've been made so welcome and I can't believe it. Michaela Luders, 20, who is from California, said the former actress had recognized her accent and told her, "It's so lovely to meet a fellow Californian, I'm so excited to be here." She was wondering if I was staying here and whether I'm enjoying it. It was really great. She seemed very natural. She's very warm. I bet she was terribly nervous but she didn't show it. Waving to people in the windows above the narrow street, Ms Markle walked down a line asking people their names, where they are from, and endearingly introducing herself by name in case they were not sure who she was. Claire Kensall brought a card made by her daughter Ruby, 7, congratulating them on their engagement and saying, "I can't wait to see your wedding." Harry said he was really pleased, and thanked her, she added. Frida, 87 from Nottingham, recalled seeing the Queen in the city when she was Princess Elizabeth around 1950, wanting to pass her best wishes to Prince Harry. "She was lovely," she said of Meghan. She said she was so pleased to be here. "I told her you're lovely, she's very beautiful." Harry said he loved my plates. One group of mothers had brought 5 small children for their first encounter with royalty, with Claire Saribi saying they could not pass up the opportunity to show them history in action. Her son Idris, 1, had been practicing saying congratulations ahead of the walkabout, while Zoe and Amelia, who are 3 and friends from ballet class, made a card covered in star-shaped stickers. Ms Markle crouched down to meet them and ask how old they were, and thank them for the card. Helena Bottomley, who gave a bag of Haribo to Meghan to pass to her fiancé, stood with 3 friends who had brought red and white roses, said, she was really pleased with the presents. "We congratulated her. Asked for their assessment of Ms Markle, the friends said, she's a little gem." The walkabout also gave Ms Markle and Prince Harry to indulge their love of dogs, with the prince asking one named Gertie whether he was getting a Christmas stocking. While most people spent time speaking about the royal family, others had more important concerns. Mandy Kohler, 19 from Nebraska, who is studying in Nottingham, said, "I wanted to ask Prince Harry his favorite color. He said it was blue, but then changed his mind to purple." On arrival at 11:05 a.m. they were greeted by a lineup including Sir John Peace, Lord Lieutenant of Nottinghamshire, and his wife Lady Christine Peace, Councillor Michael Edwards, Lord Mayor of Nottingham and his wife Mrs Edwards, Councillor John Handley and his wife Mrs Margaret Handley, and Mr Ian Currier, Chief Executive of Nottingham City Council. Mr. Courier said afterwards, "We were talking about how it's great to have them here. Prince Harry comes a lot because of his private charity work. We were saying how brilliant it is that their first engagement as a couple is here. Particularly as they've come from Nottingham Cottage to here," I said that, and they laughed. They said it's been great to come. Prince Harry said, "We're delighted to be here and look at the number of people who've turned out. Crowds lined the street leading up to the city's Justice Museum, and by the time the couple arrived there were several thousand people in the city centre. Many were waving Union flags and some had also brought US flags. Dorothy Me, 66, from Nottingham, said, "I'm a royalist and love what William and Harry have done bringing the monarchy into the younger people's realm. Especially Harry in the Invictus Games. I'm here to show some support and welcome her to her first official visit. It's wonderful they've come to Nottingham. I would love to know why." This day is the start of a long journey together. Margot Hayhurst, from Cambridge, said, "I have two sisters who married American GIs and live in America, one in San Francisco and one in Maine. I'm a great fan of Suits, right from Series 1. Her clothes, her demeanor, everything about her. They are so in love. I love it, all the things they said in their interview. We need magic at the moment. There should be a public holiday for the wedding." At points during the walkabout, Ms Markle put a reassuring hand on Harry's back and she was given a bunch of cream-colored flowers. The former actress soon left her fiancé's side and walked to the other side of the road to greet hundreds of fans who were crowded behind crash barriers. She brushed her long hair from her face and smiled broadly as she shook hand after hand. Ian Courier, chief executive of Nottingham City Council, gave the couple a Robin Hood badge each, to commemorate the visit. Just before heading into the Nottingham Contemporary Gallery for a World AIDS Day fair hosted by the Terrence Higgins Trust, Harry spotted a familiar face in the crowd, Ms Harman. She laughed and chatted with the couple and handed a goodie bag to Ms Markle, containing fridge magnets and other gifts. She said afterwards that the meeting was very emotional. Through tears of joy, she said, "I cried. She's wonderful, and it's fantastic. They're so genuine." Frank Shelton, 79, brought his barn owl Kim to meet Harry, joking, "He had brought his bird, so I brought mine." Mr Shelton, from Carlton, Nottinghamshire, who had had his 8-year-old bird of prey since she was a chick, added, "Harry and William are something special. I'm really happy for them." Amy Vincent, 24, also from Nottingham, said she had watched the couple's engagement interview and couldn't believe how loved up they looked. Philippa Stark, 31, was with her daughter Savannah, 4. She said, "Harry really has put Nottingham on the map. We love the royal family and they look so genuinely happy together." Her friend, Sarah Deverill, 32, with 8-month-old Henry, added, "It's very exciting that they have chosen here to come to." They look so happy together. Harry specifically chose to introduce his wife-to-be to public life in Nottingham as it is a city that is close to his heart. In recent years he has spent a great deal of time working with youth groups, both publicly and in private. His spokesman said the prince was looking forward to introducing his fiancée to a community that has become very special to him. Prince Harry is very much looking forward to the first place that she visits as his wife-to-be, which is going to be a city he cares a lot about and has spent a lot of time in over the last few years. It's going to be a really lovely way to start their public life together, he said. After the walkabout, Harry, 33, and Meghan, 36, attended a Terrence Higgins Trust World AIDS Day charity fair at the Nottingham Contemporary, followed by a visit to Nottingham Academy where they learned more about the work being done with young people in the area and watched a performance of a hip-hop opera. Nottingham Academy pupils Nico Ritchie and Freddie Taylor, both 11, were among the kickboxers who shook hands with the couple. Year 7 pupil Nico, from Markle, told reporters, "I know that we had to show them our skills and I shook their hands but I can't remember what they said. It was nerve-wracking." Freddie, who carried on sparring with Nico as Harry and Ms Markle chatted to their classmates, said, "They said keep on practicing your skills and they were both really nice." Ms Stefanovic was presented with a framed picture of herself, Harry and Barack Obama, taken at the Chicago summit, by the couple. Praising the prince's commitment to help people in the local area, the 30-year-old mentor said, "He really is an amazing inspirational person." Meeting Meghan today was absolutely wonderful. The girls really took to her and their support is just fantastic for us. Fellow Full Effect mentor Kane Thomas, an ex-pupil of the school from nearby St. Anne's, also praised the interest and support the Royal Foundation has provided in the area. The 22-year-old mixed martial arts enthusiast, whose community group also runs a local girls' football team, said of Harry, "I have met him like 20 times. He was just the usual, just being cool. On statistics we are the worst area for a number of things, knife crime being one of them. It's good for him to come here because people can lose hope." "He has proper won me over. He does a lot for us and we appreciate it." After leaving the kickboxing session, Harry and Ms Markle were warmly applauded by pupils in the main hall as they took a seat side by side to watch a variety of on-stage acts. The performers included rap artists, and 4 actors taking part in a short sketch which started with a couple arguing over whether to spread news of their relationship. After the performances, organized with the help of Full Effect and the community recording studio, the prince and his fiancée took to the stage to chat with the actors and singers. While 3 hours of handshaking and smiling on your first day at work would be a daunting prospect to many, Ms Markle's assured public appearances so far suggest she will take the day in her stride. From the moment their engagement was announced on Monday, the actress has made clear that she wants to be a princess who makes a difference. Today's visit, less than 2 weeks after she arrived from Canada to live with Harry in London, will herald what Kensington Palace has described as an intensive 6-month tour of the UK, in order to get to know her adopted country, its communities and its people. Unlike the Duchess of Cambridge who, while undertaking a small number of engagements before and after her wedding to Prince William in 2011, made clear that she wanted to concentrate on being a military wife with him on Anglesey for the first year of married life, Meghan said in her official engagement interview on Monday, "Now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about." And also being able to go round the Commonwealth, I think it's just the beginning. She has long championed a number of her own charitable causes, including World Vision Canada, and UN Women, which she is now regretfully giving up. Kensington Palace said she had made clear she wanted to start her life with the Queen's grandson in Britain with a clean slate and devote herself to the issues that matter in the UK, a decision Harry has supported her in. Her first formal charity role will be as the fourth patron of William, Kate and Harry's own charity, the Royal Foundation, which enables the young royals to align themselves with groups working in areas such as young people, mental health, conservation and the military. She and Harry are also, the Mail understands, are also being earmarked to head up the new Queen's Commonwealth Trust charity, which is in the early stages of being established. The charity will be formally launched in 2018 in the lead-up to the Commonwealth Summit in April. A spokesman said this week that the Commonwealth was a big priority for the couple. Aides say that Ms Markle does not plan to take on any charities of her own yet, but confirm that will, inevitably, develop in time. Her go-getting attitude and determination to hit the ground running is certainly being seen as a breath of fresh air in royal circles. A royal spokesman said, "Ms Markle is incredibly grateful for the opportunities she has had with World Vision Canada and with UN Women. She has through those organizations had the chance to meet incredible organizations right around the world, people doing great grassroots work. But she has made the decision that she wants to start with a clean slate and focus on the UK and getting to know this country, traveling around the Commonwealth, and so the only role she will begin her royal life with is the Royal Foundation, and that has been a decision that she has taken." Ms Markle has talked in the past about the issues she cares about, and I am sure that those themes will continue in the future. But she has been very clear with us that her priority is getting around this country, learning about communities right around the UK, and any particular themes she will pick up I'll leave her to talk about in her own time. He added, "The priority for her is the UK. Getting around the country and meeting those working at a grassroots level." She wants to spend this time learning about the UK. This is the country that is going to be her home now, and she wants to spend time in the UK getting to know its towns and cities and smaller communities, and that is what she is going to be doing. Prince Harry will still carry out a full program of engagements, but she will join him from time to time. "We are looking forward to building a program for the two of them around the country. The couple's engagements in Nottingham on Friday will begin with a visit to the Nottingham Contemporary, which will be hosting a Terrence Higgins Trust World AIDS Day charity fair. Harry has long made clear his determination to take on the mantle of his late mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, by championing those with HIV/AIDS and highlighting the needs for proper and regular testing. Appearing on a Kensington Palace operational note for the first time, Ms Markle and her fiancé will enjoy a walkabout outside before meeting groups working in the field including Terrence Higgins Trust Nottingham, the African Institute for Social Development and Champions for Change. The couple will then travel to Nottingham Academy where they will meet head teachers from local schools as well as people working for Full Effect, a program working with children and young people in the deprived St Anne's area of Nottingham and supported by the Royal Foundation. The charity supports children and young people from becoming involved in youth violence and crime through a combination of early intervention, mentorship and training before they leave. Harry is keen to introduce his fiancée to Chantal Stefanovic, who mentors young people in the area after coming through a difficult childhood herself and has become a friend and source of inspiration to Harry. They will also get to watch a performance put on by some of the Full Effect young people of their hip opera. His spokesman said, "He established the Full Effect program through the Royal Foundation and is proud of the friendships and partnerships he has built there." His Royal Highness is looking forward to introducing Ms Markle to a community that has become very special to him. Ms Markle cannot wait to meet many of the young people Prince Harry has told her so much about. A moment of warmth, Harry stops his royal walkabout to make sure one of his youngest fans is well wrapped up in woolly hat against the cold. Firmly wrapped up in a coat and woolly hat against the cold, this young child was probably unaware of the stature of the person they were meeting. But Prince Harry was able to put the nervous-looking youngster at ease by waving to them and offering a high five during his walkabout in Nottingham today. The 33-year-old royal shared the adorable moment with the child who clung on to the railings and smiled as Harry joked around and ruffled their hat. The prince spoke to the young boy for about 20 seconds while other onlookers desperately tried for a glimpse and photo of the royal during the visit. Harry and his new fiancée Ms Markle received a rapturous welcome from the people of Nottingham as they began their public life together. Just a few days after announcing their engagement, the couple were carrying out their first joint royal engagement. The visit aims to raise awareness of HIV/AIDS and efforts to tackle youth crime, but it also gave the prince the opportunity to showcase his partner to the nation. Harry chose Nottingham, a city he knows well, for their first walkabout, a mainstay of royal engagements. The couple, who arrived by train, began their tour with a civic welcome at the National Justice Museum in Nottingham's historic Lace Market district. Ahead of their arrival, hundreds of curious and excited onlookers had packed the streets. The visit was Harry's third public trip to the city since October last year. It is the first official engagement by the couple in what will be a 6-month tour of the UK, allowing the American former actress to get to know her new home. Everybody wanted a peek at Meghan Markle on her debut royal engagement in Nottingham today, and presenter Alison Hammond was no exception. This morning's roving reporter was so determined to catch the attention of Prince Harry's glowing bride-to-be she screamed, "Megs! Megs! Megs!" as they walked past, much to the amusement of viewers watching home and co-hosts Ruth and Eamon back in the studio. Her eagerness seemed to have the opposite of her desired effect on Harry, who appeared to duck away from her mic with a smile as he strode past. But Alison had more luck with Meghan, who heard Alison shriek congratulations and replied, "Thank you so much." As the reporter jumped up and down with glee, tickled viewers at home deemed the segment the funniest thing ever. Alison joined crowds in Nottingham where Meghan and Prince Harry were due to attend their first official engagement as an engaged couple. As soon as the former Big Brother contestants spotted the couple, she began calling their names in the hope to catch their attention. Prince Harry was chatting to well-wishers as Alison stood further back in the crowds when she started chanting his name. At one point the cheeky presenter shouted, "Harry, come get warmed up by me." The prince, 33, appeared to hear her and seemed amused by her enthusiasm. But when she waved a microphone in his face, he shied away, instead moving to greet other royal fans. Having failed to coax Harry over, the presenter tried her luck with the bride-to-be Meghan Markle, who was a short way behind. She encouraged the crowd to chant Meghan's name before she switched to Megs for short. Meghan approached Alison, who congratulated her on the news. Meghan sweetly said thank you so much, before going off to meet more members of the public. Alison was thrilled to have finally met the couple and started giving out high fives to the crowd around her. This morning presenter Eamon Holmes joked, "I think it's marvelous the protocol being observed there by our royal correspondent Alison Hammond today." But viewers were loving Alison's enthusiastic interview, and took to Twitter to praise the moment. One tweeted, "Alison is hilarious, she's brilliant truly. Alison Hammond, what a star today, that's how to try and get an interview," another posted. A third wrote, "Prince Harry swerving Hammond on this morning was excellent viewing." Hero. In a world full of misery and hopelessness, for me, anyway, Alison makes life a little more bearable, a fourth agreed. They really are the perfect match. Prince Harry coordinates with Meghan in a scarf the same shade as her camel skirt, and she's championing another Canadian brand in her macage coat. As they arrived in Nottingham for their first public engagement as a couple, Meghan Markle and her husband-to-be Prince Harry appeared to be the perfect match. However, it was not just the couple who went hand in hand, with the prince and his fiancée appearing to have color-coordinated their ensembles. Meghan flew the flag for Canada, where she had lived until recently, in a navy double-breasted coat from the Canadian brand Macage. It seems that the bride-to-be is keen to bring a little of her former hometown of Toronto with her to London, having also opted for a Canadian brand for her engagement photo call. The white wool coat, which instantly sold out, was from line The Label. Founded in 2000 by friends John Muscat and Jennifer Wells, the brand is known for its stylish knitwear and use of sumptuous materials and counts actresses Sarah Jessica Parker and Kate Bosworth among its A-list fans. On Friday, Meghan opted for another stylish winter coat as she joined Prince Harry on a royal engagement for the first time, this time a navy, military-inspired number by Macaj that has previously been seen on the wife of Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Sophie. Taking a step away from the thigh-skimming red carpet looks that fans will be familiar with, the bride-to-be opted for a full-length camel-colored skirt. Embracing her new heritage, the skirt is from British brand Joseph, coming in at £595, while her handbag was by Scottish brand Strathberry. Meghan was seen carrying her handbag with her while meeting the crowds, something that Kate rarely does, while her engagement ring was on full display. The actress finished her ensemble with a pair of elegant black suede-heeled boots, a change from the court shoes royal fans are used to seeing on the Duchess of Cambridge. Wearing her brunette locks down in loose waves, she showed off her natural, glowing complexion as she arrived in the city. It seems that Meghan may have also had an input when it came to Harry's wardrobe, who stepped out in a tonally similar ensemble. The prince, 33, was also seen in a navy blue wool coat, and his suede desert boots complemented the color of Meghan's coat. Shunning the traditional suit which is normally favored by male members of the royal family for public engagements, Harry instead opted for a simple open-collared white shirt. He also appeared to accent the color of Meghan's skirt, wearing a scarf in a shade of sand that almost perfectly matched the 36-year-old's outfit. As the couple arrived, they walked towards a group of dignitaries with one arm around each other's backs. The couple appeared in perfect sync as they moved along the seemingly endless line of well-wishers. Members of the crowd called out Harry's name, while others held up camera phones to capture the moment, or stretched out their hands for the prince and his fiancée to shake. The visit aims to raise awareness of HIV/AIDS and efforts to tackle youth crime, but it also gave the prince the opportunity to showcase his partner to the nation. Harry chose Nottingham, a city he knows well, for their first walkabout, a mainstay of royal engagements. The couple, who arrived by train, began their tour with a civic welcome at the National Justice Museum in Nottingham's historic Lace Market district. Ahead of their arrival, hundreds of curious and excited onlookers had packed the streets, including avid fan Irene Hardman. The 81-year-old is well known for handing bags of Haribo sweets to Harry, and first presented his father, the Prince of Wales, with 2 bags, the other for brother William, 20 years ago. She said, "It is absolutely wonderful and fantastic, and we are privileged they've chosen Nottingham to be their first official engagement." The city and its people are close to Harry's heart, with the visit his third public trip there since October last year. It is the first official engagement by the couple in what will be a 6-month tour of the UK, allowing the American former actress to get to know her new home. Holly Burdett, who is originally from West Bridgford, Nottinghamshire, but now lives in Sydney, Australia, flew back to the UK earlier this month on a gamble that the couple would announce their engagement. She said, "It paid off. I knew they'd be in London, doing something, and it's been about a year since they started properly dating." She joked, "I always thought I'd marry Harry, but you can't win them all. As long as they're happy, that's all that matters." Good on you, Harry. Chelsea pensioners including Princess Diana's old driver congratulate Meghan and the Prince's new royal couple prepare for first official engagement today. Prince Harry's beloved Chelsea pensioners have sent a card congratulating him on his engagement to Meghan Markle as the couple start their royal duties together today. Among the well-wishers is retired soldier Patrick McGurk, who drove Harry and his brother William around with his mother Diana in the 1980s. The world-famous Chelsea pensioners are a group close to the young royals' heart, having visited them regularly for around the past decade, and in return they said today, "Good on you, Harry." The card wishes the couple the very best of British for their future marriage, with one well-wisher referring to them affectionately as Harry and Meg. Chelsea pensioner Mabel writes poignantly, many congratulations to Your Royal Highness and Meghan on your engagement. You both have a special place in my heart. God bless you both. And David Griffin wrote a message using some lyrics from the famous Vera Lynn song, A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, and told the couple, "I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear, when you walk down the aisle next year, those nightingales will once again sing I on Berkeley Square." The card, signed by around 30 pensioners, will be delivered to Kensington Palace today.